if you look up javafx web view example, okay, and I'll click on the first thing here for me. I think it's the first thing because I've been to this page before. It will show you some examples. And the main thing to understand about Java Web View is Java Web View is basically a mini browser window embedded in your application. Okay? And in order to render HTML, so you can do something like this. You can do load HTTP ://google.com, all right, and it will load Google for you. Okay, so it's just a mini browser embedded in your application. The view is a mini browser window, but there has to be an underlying web engine, okay, that is able to render the HTML and JavaScript and whatever you have, okay, because this is a mini browser, a working browser, essentially. So for every web view there is an associated engine, and the way you access that engine is with whatever your web view, the name of your web view, .getEngine. Okay, there's a getEngine method. Now, so one thing you can do is you can actually load a web page using a URL. The other thing you can do is you can load content that you create, like string content hello world, and you use the method from the web engine load content text HTML. So that's assuming you have access to that web engine. So I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to go back to my controller, and whenever I submit input, I'm going to first say that I want the text from my input, okay, to be copied into this web view area. So what did I call that? I said the ID for the input was input text. Okay, so let's go back to here, and I want to say let's see, I think I want to say string output text equals input text dot get text. Okay, I mean, if setting the text is called setting the text, it's a good bet that getting the text is called get text. Unfortunately, it's not recognizing input text, and that's because if you look up here, there are references to that XML. It says basically this variable welcome text is coming from the XML. All right, so I'm going to create a private variable that's of type label called welcome text, and that should be reflected in my XML. All right, so if that's reflected in my XML, I should be able to do fxml for private well, I could probably do web view now, right? And what did I name the web view? Output something? I'm not sure why. I would have thought because I put this up here already that IntelliJ would have been smart enough to know that this was the ID, but I guess not. So I'll go down here, and the web view was output area, so I'll copy that. Go back to the controller and paste that. So I have an output area in my XML, and I'm going to do the same for the input area. And this is text field. And I think I called that input field. What if I named it something else? Would that give me a error? Nope, I guess you got to make sure that you're naming it correctly. So let me go back here, input, oh, it's input text. Copy that. All right, so that's pretty important to get that right. Now, so I have this output text, and it's just going to be my input text, right? So ultimately, I don't want to, the welcome text is just a label. I actually want to get rid of that altogether. I want to say that my output field, my output area, oh, wait a second, I'm sorry. My output area is the web view, and to get what's in the web view, I need to render it with the web engine. So I'm going to say output area dot get engine dot load content, and then it takes a string, which our string is going to be the output text, and then it takes a type, which is text HTML. Copy that. I'll copy it and paste it in there. So I think that this is going to do what we want it to do. Okay, let's go back to the, let's just check that our hello view doesn't have any errors in it, and our hello application doesn't have any errors of it. Okay, so now let's run this. All right, great. And we'll just say, hello there, everyone, exclamation point. And now when we click hello, what do we expect to happen? Well, we expect that hello there, everyone will be printed here. That's what we hope is going to happen. Oh, and it is, but it still says welcome to JFX application. But you know what? We can get rid of that welcome to JFX application now. So let's do that here first. We don't need the label anymore. I don't want the label. I like what we have. And that is going to be reflected in our controller. You can see that that's not used anymore. So I'm just going to get rid of that variable. And good, that gives me an error because that's not used. And we don't want that. All right. Let's run it one more time. And yes, I'll stop it and rerun it. And then hit the hello, and look at that, beautiful.